Combine instead of a traditional spring game. How did that work for you guys and the team just as a whole?
I think it was a good, fun, new thing that was decided, and I had a blast on it, and we still got to have fun and also work on our craft and show the fans a little bit.
How much did you feel like the defense grew this spring, Kip?
I felt like we grew a lot, just a lot of different new pieces, coaching-wise with me, just new linebackers coaching. So felt like we grew a lot, can get better.
You have a whole new group as coaches almost, don't you? I mean, you have the head coach in your position group, but everybody else is new, right?
Yeah, it's about the same. We've been V has been pretty hands-on, so ain't nothing really new about that. Just always good to have him on our side, though.
What stands out about Nate Dreiling as a coach?
He pours his all into us, and that's what I love about him. You'll go to war with somebody who stands up for you and gives you everything that he got. So that's what I love about him.
Is he real technical as well, I guess, on the field?
Yeah, he's very detailed. Demands the best out of us, and that's really what you came to Oklahoma to do for is be the best.
You were a guy that made a ton of plays last year. How many more do you think you can make this year?
I feel like I make a lot. I left a lot of meat on the bone last year, and feel like I could prove that I'm one of the best out there in the country. And so, we'll see.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to the linebackers unit this year specifically. Can you talk about the growth that's happened and what's special about this specific team?
I feel like the room has grown a lot. Just different guys now. I feel like we're one athletics room in the country, and so I think V is going to put us in the best position to show our athleticism out there.
How much is your size going to help you, or how much has it changed you as a player, if any at all?
It hasn't changed really much. You just added on a couple pounds, being able to take a couple more bumps and bruises out there, and so and to just execute our play and stuff.
You guys were a linebacking core that Danny wasn't always on the field. He was most of the time. But do you feel coming out of spring that you're comfortable with having four guys come in and out at any time?
Yeah, I feel like the standard don't change for nobody, and I don't feel like there's no drop-off level with whoever's out there on the field. I feel like our linebacker room is the top of the top and the best of the best.
How is there been a nice rivalry developed between the linebackers and Jared now that he's a tight end?
Nah, we joke with him a little bit, but we just find it funny. We just joke with him, troll with him a lot. So.
How does he look over there, in your opinion?
It looks very well. I can't really tell you too much in detail. I'm not really the offense, so.
I didn't know how much you had to cover and everything.
I cover him a little bit wherever our calls is. We see each other a little bit.
Combine experience for the first time.
It was something new, but I feel like everybody had good energy and had fun this last day, so everybody was kind of ready to get it over. But we knew we had one more day of work, so we just finished off strong.
All right, what were you kind of hoping just to get out of the day for you personally?
Personally, just good work. Focus on my eyes, under Ken, and just the little things I've been focusing on all spring.
Coach Venables talked about just your growth, particularly as a leader this spring. What stood out to you just about your spring, just going through the last few weeks?
Just holding the young guys to the standard that we uphold over here. Like Billy left a great foundation for me, and I'm gonna leave a great foundation for the other safeties. So I'm just trying to build with the younger guys.
You mentioned some of those younger guys. What has stood out about their growth?
From the beginning to right now, night and day. Those guys have been in the playbook. They understand the defense now, and they're just having fun.
Robert, what's it been like playing next to a guy like Jaden Hardy this spring and kind of seeing his growth?
Just seeing him grow up on and off the field. He's one of the smartest guys I've been around. He'll tell you to play before it even happens. So, just knowing we have a guy like that on the team is helpful.
It's been like seeing Reggie kind of come up with that cheetah position as well.
Reggie, he's going to be a dog. He's going to be a great player. He can do both. He can blitz and he can cover. So he's a great zone dropper, so he's going to be a great cheetah.
Robert, what should fans expect this defense to look like next season as far as play style?
Aggressive, very aggressive. Run to the ball, attack the ball, and go get the ball out there.
There's been some young new coaches on the staff. Has there been kind of some extra energy around that this spring?
Definitely, especially on the offensive side, you can tell Coach Arbuckle brings energy to the offense. One score, I feel like they all score, they all run on the field, celebrating with their guys. So that brings a great energy to the offensive side of the ball.
How's that energy kind of been transferred in terms of competing against them? What has that been different, or what's that difference been like?
Some days we win, some days we lose, but it's just great back and forth work. Because last year, as you can tell, like offense wasn't ready to go. And in spring, we were just beating them, and we're like, dang, like we must be that good. But we are that good. And this year, it's going back and forth. Energy's high on both sides of the ball, and we're just competing.
How was your personal growth growing over the spring?
Just being more vocal. I'll say, like, the coaches asked me to be more of a vocal leader and take the young guys under my wing. So that's what I've been trying to do this spring, is just be way more vocal.
How dangerous is Deion Burks?
Oh, he's very explosive, go-getter, and great route runner. And he has very high IQ. Like, if you're blitzing and you show 2-over-1, he's going to call it the blitz, and he's going to block you up. So he's very smart as well.
How much does a guy like Elijah Thomas impress you, just what he's been able to come in and do as a freshman?
Very impressive. He doesn't talk a lot. He just puts his head down and work. He got good routes, great race, catching the ball, and he's going to be a great player.
Who are the younger guys on defense really impressed you, and how have they impressed you?
For me, I'll say the safety and corner room, because Marcus and Amarion, those guys are both young, learning the defense as fast as they did. They're going to be great players as long as they learn the details. And then Court and Tristan and the young guys like in that DB room is going to be good too, because they're aggressive and they're not scared to tackle, and they have great coverage skills.
Robert, what did you like about this Crimson Combine?
I feel like it was just another practice for us to get better, and we let the fans see what they put their money into. So I feel like it was a win-win for both sides.
You played in the spring game. Do you like it? Is it different, unique, or what would you compare it to?
The difference between a spring game and like something like today was just another practice for us. And then the spring game, it's a real life game. Like that whole week, we're game planning for them, they're game planning for us. So I feel like this helps us a little better because we're still focusing on the little details that we need to clean up.
Was there anything that maybe kind of reaffirmed things from today, or do you feel like you guys learned anything about yourselves through today, or is it just really, like you said, kind of another practice?
I feel like we kind of already knew what we're going into. Today just topped it off. Like, both sides have energy. Both sides have great players on both sides of the ball. We all are going to compete. So that just topped off the spring very well.
What have you liked about going against the Arbuckle offense and with Mateer at quarterback?
He's one of the a risky quarterback, so he throws that you wouldn't think he'll throw. So it really make you work, because if you're 1 yard off, that ball's gonna get depleted because he has a good and fast release. So he just makes you work, and then help me with my disguises on defense because he reads the safeties and he's looking at us and he makes the check. So if I can make him check the wrong thing, then I won that run.
I just enjoy, having the fans there, doing different things that we did last year, like the half lines, one-on-ones, just getting a little competition but having fun at the same time, seeing Coach Che try to catch the ball and stuff, things like that, it creates great moments.
How would you rate your throws out there going after that game?
I had a good little spiral on it, you know what I'm saying? But I was far away from the flag, so, it didn't hit the flag at all. So I was
You were
bad.
trying to hit the flag, weren't you?
Yeah, I was trying to hit the flag, went far left. Yeah.
Was there anything that you've learned about yourself this spring, that you kind of feel like you really developed a little bit and maybe people got to see today a little bit of that?
Yeah, definitely being a leader, just watching the guys from last year lead. When my turn was to step up this year in the spring, just leading those guys. I feel like I got a lot of improvement to work, but I know I'm on the right path of leading the guys right.
Coach said you're dealing with a little injury too as well this spring.
Yeah.
Did that affect you or set you back any?
Oh, no, that injury was 2 years ago against Cincinnati, so I've been dealing with that. I've just been grinding on it. So I came back pretty quickly when I had the surgery. So, just bounced back, came back really quick.
You've just been fighting through it and kind of thing for a couple of years?
Yeah, for 2 years, I've been fighting through it, just doing whatever it takes to get it right.
How good of a spring did you feel like it was for the defensive line group?
Oh yeah, it was a great spring. We got young guys that's knowing what to do. Getting better every day. I feel like it was the best spring that we had that I've been here.
How different is David Stone compared to this point last year?
Oh, he's real different. Great guy, explosive. Knowing what to do. You're gonna see him a lot out there this season.
Gracen, what have you seen from Nate Dryling, and how has he helped you?
Pardon?
Nate Dryling, the impact he's had, how has he impacted the defense?
You said say the name again?
Nate Dryling.
You know, the linebacker coach.
Oh, Nate Drawling? Okay, yeah, Coach Drawling, yeah. You know, just keeping the guys, you know, Kip, you know, Kobe, just around knowing what to do. You know, he's learning the playbook as well, but, you know, he's up there with Coach V, you know, getting right. So just having those guys ready behind me, you know, he's done a great job.
Notice any difference going against the offensive line this spring from last year?
Oh, yeah, they got some dog in them. You know, they didn't like how all the disrespect they took last year. So this spring they showed us, you know, they come here to play football, come here to work.
They feel like they're picking up the Arbuckle offense, you know?
Oh, yeah,
like
for
that.
sure, yeah. Arbuckle, he's a great coach. You know, he got all the guys ready to go.
Is there anything that stands out to you about Coach Arbuckle's offense?
You know, just, you know, he's very hyped, you know, getting the guys ready when it's time to go. You know, he wants to come attack, he wants to compete. So, you know, when you see that, you know, as a defense, you want to go after that. So it's just been a good spring.
What does it do for the defensive line when you have the versatility at linebacker that you guys have?
You know, with V's defense, you know, you got guys that got to be explosive, you know, got to be fast, you know, got to be twitchy. So we got all the guys, you know, that can make those plays when it's time to make them. And I feel like it's just great to have those guys behind me. You know, if I make a mistake, they can fill in.
Oh, it was fun. I mean, I had fun out there. You know, hit that thing out there, hit the pin. But I had fun with it. You know, it was good for all the guys. You know, long spring, hard spring. So it was good to get out there, have some fun, get the fans around it so they can see everything. Get some eyes. That end of period, that little sudden change at the very end, we didn't know about that. So that was, so I'm sure everybody enjoyed that.
You missed the spring game a little bit, or do you like this better?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I've never done a spring game. In my 5 years of college, never did it. App State never did it. Blew my knee out last year, so it never happened. So I don't really know what spring game's like.
What did it mean to be healthy, and what have you learned about the line because of it?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, luckily everyone stayed healthy during spring. You know, Darius, he had surgery before, but he's gonna be great when he gets back. Isaiah when he gets back. But luckily we were very healthy. It was good to keep a group in there, get everybody working together. So it was exciting, and you get to see what everybody needs to work on and what everybody does well together.
Brent was saying this is probably the best that the line has looked in since he's been here. Just how would you assess how this line has grown throughout the spring, especially compared to kind of where you guys were last year?
Yeah, and I think, everyone knows last year it wasn't good, but I think this year you're going to have a solid group. You're not going to have 6-7 different lineups every week, hopefully. You know, stuff happens. But I like where we're at right now. I like where their motivation is. I like how everybody wants to get better. And I think it's going to be a fun year. So.
I know you'd like to have Logan and Heath, but how big of an opportunity was that for guys like Mike and Ryan to come in and really get thrown into it immediately?
Yeah, it was really big. I know Ryan, when he got here, started at tackle for like a day and then went straight to guard. So, you know, it was good for him. He adjusted really well, especially Mike, both of them. They came in here, they wanted to work, they wanted to learn, and it showed up. They got great reps today. They got great reps all throughout spring. Now, obviously, still a freshman. They still got to get better, but I was impressed with them. I'm proud of them.
What about Eddie? You know, obviously got a lot of work at left guard with Heath out this spring. Just how have you seen him grow since, you know, that main game last year?
Absolutely. I love Eddie. Eddie, to me, Eddie will be the reason that the O-line goes wherever they go, just strictly because of what he brings to the table. He's young. He plays hard. He's physical. And it's going to motivate the older guys. Hey, knock the dust off. We got to get going now. That ball's down the field. We're going to chase the ball. So a guy like Eddie, he brings physicality in there, and everyone's going to feed off of that. So it's awesome to have him out there. Same thing. You know, his first time playing left guard, really, so he got some reps in there. See what the offseason has, but excited for him.
Through spring, what have you liked about the Arbuckle offense and Batir at quarterback?
The Arbuckle offense is awesome. You know, it's exciting. Never really know. Honestly, sometimes I don't even know what happens back there, but it's exciting because, we're scoring a lot. But Arbuckle brings a lot of energy in there. And John, those two are on the same page. So it's like having Arbuckle on the field, and it's very helpful for us. So I don't have to worry about everything out there. That John can help me and I can help him. So we're on the same page.
It's been like having Kevin Wilson around to help Coach Beanbo out.
Oh, Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson's hilarious. I don't know. He had a stretch there for about 4 days where he's getting knocked on his butt out in practice. I don't know what happened. He's doing like field goal. He got knocked down. Inside. It was poor guy. He might need a new hip soon. But he's been awesome. He's he's very, very helpful with us. He's got different insight. He's got different insight for everybody. But he's been great. He's funny. I like him. But yeah, it's always good to have more wisdom around.
Can you share any of those old war stories with Brent from when they were the OCDC going after it here?
Nah, he did tell me the story the other day when he was coaching at Miami of Ohio. 'Cause I'm from Virginia. About when he went into Virginia Tech and beat them, so he's rubbing that in for me, growing up a Virginia Tech fan. So,
how familiar with him were you before he got here? I know obviously you guys played Tulsa a couple years ago. When he was
I wasn't too. I knew of him, but I didn't really know too much of him. But since I've gotten here, we've gotten pretty close, so it's been good.
Whenever we've been around, we've seen your leadership. Is that just a natural spot for you?
I think I've always been a pretty good leader. I think it just kind of shows. I think at a young age, I just kind of learned from the older guys and like, okay, this is how I did it in high school. How do y'all do it in college? And so I've always just learned from those guys. And then I've been fortunate to be around a bunch of great older guys. So when I've gotten to an older position, I've been able to really use what I've learned to help these younger guys and just kind of be a voice for them.
Who have been some of those guys for you?
Yeah, when I was a freshman, I had a 6-year in front of me named Bear Hunter. He was a guy that helped me out a lot. And then my redshirt freshman year when I started at App State, I had fifth year, redshirt freshman center me, 4th year, and a redshirt 5th year, 6-year at tight end, 6-year at quarterback, and a 6-year at running back. So I've had older guys around me. So all of them have helped me in different ways. But those kind of guys, especially when I was at App State, being with an older team, it helped me so much.
How have you seen Derek and Luke kind of transition as they've come in this spring?
Yeah, Derek's been great. Derek works hard. He keeps to himself. Luke does too, and they both come in here and they show up to work, and they're very coachable, and they just love being around the guys. But Derek, he brings a lot of good stuff to the table. He's aggressive. He's very agile. He can move around. Luke's the same way. Luke could get on you. He can pass set really well, run block, and they're smart. So it's very helpful at that tackle position with younger guys in there.
Have you gotten to meet Derek's dog yet?
Derek's dog? I have one time. Not a lot, though. It's a big dog, though. I don't know if I want to get back. They might throw me in the closet.
The line struggled at times last year. How much have you guys talked about that this offseason, taking pride in getting back to the Oklahoma standard?
Yeah, obviously, you got to learn from your mistakes. You can't just live off of that all the time. Mm-hmm. You got to learn from it, move on, swallow it, move on. It's in the past. We all know what happened. We all know it was not close to where we need to be. But now we're going to a place where, okay, use that for what we did last year and drive it as motivation so it never happens again.
And have you seen signs that show that things are going to turn around?
I think so far. My opinion just from last year, I didn't really do all spring, but this year to now, it's completely night and day different. This spring by far was 10 times better than last year.
In what ways? Just
the offense in general. It's just been a much better situation. And everybody's having a lot more fun. We're just out there competing, and we're going against best defense in the SEC every day. So it's a really good situation.
Obviously, tight ends, block a lot.
Yeah.
Guys get in there in line with you guys. What does Will Huggins kind of bring to that role?
Big Will Huggy Bear. I love Will. Will's a freaking stud. He goes out there. There's a video I think we posted. It's him catching that, just bouncing right off of him. All of our tight ends. The one that's really impressed me the most is Carson Kent, and I love all the guys. Carson Kent, he's out there. He's catching everything. Ball goes thrown up to him. He's coming down with it 9 out of 10 times. Him, Jared Canick. Jaron, I know Jaron's a big Twitter guy, but Jaron, he works his freaking tail off. He's up here. He's my neighbor. Never see him at the house. He's always up here. He's always watching film. That kid probably watches more film than half the coaches, maybe. So he really took initiative and switching over to offense, and I'm so excited for him, and I can't wait to go out there and celebrate with him. We'll have some funny celebrations when he scores.
What do you think from Josh, kind of working behind you and the growth process for him this spring?
Yeah, Josh has he's gotten much better. You can see it even from the start of spring to right now. Some of the stuff we watch on film, he's gotten much better. He's recognizing stuff better. And it takes time, especially at center, being a young guy. And he never played center in high school. He played tackle. So when he gets here, it's kind of just everything's new. Everything's foreign for you. So he gets out of here. He's doing a great job, though. He's learning. He's coming in more motivated. It's just getting better every day.
Just as an offense, how tough was it to see Giovanni go down with his injury?
Yeah, that one sucked. It's just a freak thing that happened. One of those you can't really control. So, but he's going to be good. He's a strong guy. We've all been texting with him. He had surgery, so he'll be good to go. We'll get him back. But it's a good time for him right now to help out some of these younger guys, help out some of these newer guys, and then just keep his spirits up. Just tell him stay around the facility, stay around the guys, and it'll make it a lot easier for you.
What does this offense ask you guys to do differently on the offensive line in terms of your roles, your responsibilities?
Yeah, really, it's not crazy. Like I've said, every college is similar. So you're not. You're going to run inside zone. You're going to run counter. You're going to run all that stuff. So everything's really not different. It's just a matter of what what happens outside on the perimeter is a little bit different. What happens in the backfield could be a little bit different. Now, we have some different type of play schemes that are different, but nothing crazy that changes for us. We just got to go out there and know our job, execute it, and know how to leverage the blocks for it.
You mentioned it's been fun. Scoring points is fun when you're on offense, but was there a moment this spring where it kind of clicked for you, like what this whole new system felt like?
I mean, we went out there. I think we started practice off in the indoor, and we had those first 4 practices before spring break. And I remember as soon as spring break, I went back home, and I was just sitting there and kind of just watching film. And I was talking to my parents. I was like, this is definitely a different vibe than what we had last year. Everybody's flying around. It's explosive. Coaches are having fun. Players are having fun. Just a different energy. So that's kind of when for me, it was like, hey, see what happens.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned about John Mateer in the last 6 weeks?
He's my locker buddy, but he's an interesting guy. Sometimes, I like him. There's nothing really interesting, like crazy fun fact about him, but he's just he's starting to open up a little bit more to us though. He needs to start hanging out with the boys a little bit more. That's what I'm calling him out right now for this, but. Nah, man, he's always up here just doing all that, but he's a great guy. Brought us ice cream sandwiches yesterday. He's a big Bill Beatonbow fan right now. He brought him a big can of Zins. He's probably a fan favorite right now. But yeah,
John brought him the Zins, or
no? John brought.
That's smart. Take care of the O-line.
Oh yeah, that was a big smile from him.
Similar question, but what's the most interesting?
I'm sorry.
Is that Bill's first smile all spring?
I think he's had a couple in there. We keep him young. We keep him laughing in there.
Similar question that Eli asked you, but what's the most interesting thing you've learned about Coach Arbuckle so far?
Coach Arbuckle, he's just very passionate. That is just the one thing about him. He's the same guy every single day. He's never going to get too high. He's never going to get too low. He's going to start off practice. He's going to call out Schmitty to get us going. He's going to walk around. He's going to tell us to get going. We're going to start. He's going to be the exact same guy in any situation, anything we got going on. He's just very consistent and very he loves the game. It's just a big thing about him.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned about yourself?
About myself, I'm getting old. That's what I've learned. Some of this stuff I'm watching, I'm like, good Lord. I'm watching someone on film, I'm trying to react to something in my mind. I'm like, I watch them go, and my mind's like, go. And my body's just like, yeah, we're done, buddy. You might just have to let this one go for a second.
Returning just to Coach Arbuckle, have you worked in college with many coaches that are that close in age? I guess you mentioned you're getting older, you're getting close.
Yeah, no, I'm getting up there. No one really that's as young as he is. He just graduated from gym class 5 years ago, so. But yeah, he's been awesome. It's been good. He's a player's coach, so it's easy to kind of get a better relationship with him because you know what he's about and all that. So, but yeah, it's awesome having a young coach. Usually, always have older guys. So.